What you are about to hear and see is the last few moments of a dying man before he enters into eternity. This was before the time of strong sedation in hospitals. So it's very common to hear and see where that soul was going to spend eternity. This is the true story written by a faithful Christian, the month of September in 1867. This is entitled, The Awful Death of an Infidel Son.
I don't want to hear it anymore, Dad. I'm tired of you and Mom bringing this up every single time we meet. I've had enough of it.
Jonathan, if you would just listen to your mom and I, what we're trying to get through to you.
I'm done. I don't listen to it. I'm tired of the Bible. I'm tired of all these stories that are made up. I could have done a better story than any of those people that wrote that book. I don't need the Bible, and I certainly don't need some imposter named Jesus Christ.
Son, you've got to be so careful how you talk about God. You're blaspheming Him. You know what the Bible says? God is not mocked. Son, do you realize how many people God has killed early for blaspheming His name?
What is an imaginary man going to do to me? God is not real. God is not alive. I don't believe any of it.
Oh God, would you please show me my son mercy? He doesn't know what he's saying.
No, Dad. I know what I'm saying, and I mean it.
Do you realize what you're doing to your mom? Do you want to terrify her and destroy her?
Give me a second. Listen, if she would stop bringing this up every time I come over for dinner, I wouldn't have to make her cry like this.
She's just doing it because she loves you.
You guys are wasting my time with this. Listen. I'm never going to change my mind. I'm never going to change my mind. So you can stop crying, and you can stop bringing up every single time I come to see you guys. I gotta go. No. I'm done with this conversation. I'm done. This is crazy. Let's go, guys.
Oh God, I beg you, please show my son mercy. Please protect him. Please get his attention somehow, God.
The above conversation took place between two parents and an only son who was at home on a visit from a college and now was about to return. The cause of his outburst was the kind-hearted Christian parents that wanted to give him a few words of kind admonition, which alas proved to be the last. The above were his last words which he spoke with them as he left the house. How anxiously those fond parents looked after him as though something told him that something dreadful would happen. What scolding tears were those that coursed the way down their cheeks. Oh, that they might have been put into a bottle of mercy. Poor wretched young man. Had it been better for him, had an avalanche from the mountain crushed him beneath its deadly weight, lest those words escaped his lips. Little did he think that he who said, honor thy father and thy mother, and that the hardness of his heart and stiffeneth his neck shall suddenly be destroyed without remedy, was so soon going to call him to give an account. For those words, so heart-rendering to his aged parents and so dreadful in the sight of the holy God, he had invited those dreadful principles from an infidel roommate at college. Beware, young men, with whom you associate, lest you fall, as did this unfortunate young man. John left his home in haste to the depot, where he took to the rail cars, which were to bear him to where he would be for a few months to finish his studies. The whistle blew, and the cars coursed across the trembling plain. But alas, they had gone but a few miles, when the cars coming around a curve in a deep cut came suddenly upon an obstruction on the track, which threw the engine and two of the cars at once from the rails. As fate would seem to have it, the wicked son John was at that very moment passing between them. He was thrown in an instant from the platform, his left arm being broken, and his skull was fractured by the fall, and in an instant, one of the wheels passed directly over both of his legs near the body breaking and mangling them in a most dreadful manner. Strange as it may seem, no one else was injured. The dreadful news soon reached his already grief-stricken parents, and that beloved, yet ungrateful son was born back to them. But not as he left, but lying upon a bed, a poor, mangled, raving maniac. Why these parents were called to pass through this dreadful trial, he whose ways are in the deep, and past finding out only knows, except by this sad example of his wrath, many might be saved. Many school physicians were called, but the judgment of the Almighty had already gone forth, and no man could recall it. When the news reached the college, his classmates hastened to see him. When they came, nature was fast sinking, but the immortal part was becoming dreadfully alive. Oh, that heart-rending scene! His reason returning brought with it a dreadful sense of the situation. His first words were, "And oh, may never mortal hear such a cry as that again upon the shores of time."